going on, everybody? Welcome to another Brand Doctor Podcast episode for you guys. Today, we are going to talk YouTube. I have an amazing guest. He's been a YouTube creator and strategist for over a decade and has a lot of useful tips for us today. Without further ado, I want to introduce my man, Nate Woodbury from BeTheHeroStudios.com. What's going on, Nate?
Yeah, excited to be here. We've done some really amazing things on YouTube, and I'm excited to pull back the curtains and help you out.
I appreciate you, man. I was on your website. Obviously I want to do my diligence before you come on the show. And I saw that, you have quite a bit of extensive information when it comes to building your following on YouTube. One of my goals for 2020 is to get my YouTube channel to a minimum of 10,000 subscribers. So I know I'm not alone here. Mm-hmm. So let's kind of walk through the process on how someone like me has some momentum going on social media, may have a larger following, perhaps on another platform. How do we leverage that attention over to YouTube and begin to build a strong audience over there?
Well, it's a great question. And people like yourselves are in a really great position because you've already established yourself with expertise. You've already started to build a following in places. And if you really leverage YouTube the right way, it can perform amazingly well for you. YouTube has a couple of advantages. The first advantage is it's an amazing search engine. And what that means for you is people all around the world are searching for you and your expertise. They just don't know that you exist, right? They're searching for their questions, not your name. So if you make videos that answer people's specific questions, that they find you and they see you as their hero. And so that's one huge advantage that YouTube has, can really help you build your following. The second advantage is YouTube created this partner program. They were genius. I don't know how they thought of this in the beginning, but all the ad revenue that YouTube brings in from advertising, they give out 55% of that to the creators of those videos. And what that's done is it's created a really good synergy between the content creator and YouTube. Because if I make a video that will make YouTube money, and to go back a step, what that means is an ad will pair really well with my video. And so YouTube will promote that video.
Yeah. So
not only can I get search traffic to my videos, but now I can get YouTube to promote my videos. And then it appears that they go viral. They get millions of views. But YouTube really isn't a social platform like Facebook or whatnot. You can't really share stuff. So virality is a little bit different there. Mm-hmm. But to have YouTube promote you, that is really, really huge. And I'll throw in one other benefit. YouTube provides such great analytics. They really want you as the creator to succeed. And so you can look at what's working, what's not working, and make tweaks and make improvements along the way. So I've actually figured out a formula that works really well if your business is centered around your expertise, whether you're a coach or speaker or an author, or you're giving training or whatnot. I figured out a 4-step formula that if you follow, you will get YouTube to promote you. You will get spikes on your channel. You can easily hit your goal of getting 10,000 subscribers this year. That's actually a pretty common goal.
All right. We got to get into this little formula now, Nate. Now you're teasing us.
Well, let me start with ingredient number 1, and that's I'll summarize it by my leaf strategy, okay, or my tree analogy. So if you think of your whole area of expertise as a tree, you've got a broad trunk, your broad area of expertise, and then the tree has all these branches. So you've got different categories that you're an expert in. If you go out to the very tips of the limbs, you've got the leaves, right? And the leaves represent the very, very specific questions that people are asking you. So if I have, I'll just give you an example. My friend Doreen, she's a nutritionist and a whole food, natural remedy type person. And she says, I have a great remedy for a sore throat. We could have just turned on the camera and said, go. I was like, all right, I've got a great sore throat remedy. And then after filming it, we could have titled it like amazing sore throat remedy for the winter season, right? Instead, what we did is we did keyword research to actually find the questions that people are asking. And we found a phrase, how to get rid of strep throat without antibiotics. So it's way more specific. That's actually 9 words long, and it has consistent search volume each month. So by doing the research and finding your title first, and then giving your video that title when you post it, you're going to pull in people that are searching for exactly what you're.
Now, how do you dial into that research? So I use TubeBuddy, you
Mhm.
know, and I go on YouTube and I type in different categories that I find myself to be pretty fluid in, and look at what other people are posting and sort of take their headline, not copy it 100%, but okay, this one got a gazillion views, this one got a few 100,000 views, this one only got a few views. Like,
Mhm.
is that how you do it? I know you use a software too that
Yeah.
kind of
So
helps you with your research.
yeah, I've got a software that I found a year and a half ago that totally made everything easy. I'll share that with you in a minute. I want to explain what the goal is. When you know the goal and then you use the software, it becomes magic. So the goal is to get ranked on YouTube on day one, or as quickly as possible. And it really is realistic. And like TubeBuddy is a tool that I use, but I actually don't use it for the keyword research part. I use it for their A/B split testing of thumbnails. There's a lot of tools out there, and the focus is put on the search volume, right? Well, this phrase gets 100 searches per month, but this one gets 10,000 searches per month. I want to rank for that one that has 10,000. And in concept, yeah, you're like 10,000. Yeah, I would love to rank for that one. But in reality, that one's the most competitive. And that
Right.
one's the one that you have no chance of ranking for.
Right.
So you put all your energy into that and it goes nowhere. I want to propose that if you make a video with a title that has 10 searches per month, that seems like such a small number, you'll rank instantly. Okay, you'll get those 10 people over the month to come and watch your video, and they're going to watch it all the way to the end.
Mhm.
That's going to tell the YouTube algorithm, wow, this is a valuable video. And there's a lot of other phrases that are going to be similar to your phrase that has the 10 searches. So like how to get rid of strep throat without antibiotics, or best way to get rid of strep throat without antibiotics. I mean, there's tons of variations. And so the YouTube algorithm will start finding lots of other people that would be interested in your video, and you'll start to get more and more traffic and traction. Okay, so the tool, SEMrush, it's a SEO company that's been around for a long time. So the website is SEM, search engine marketing, semrush.com, and it's their keyword magic tool. So you could type in a phrase such as sore throat remedy, and you'll get a lot of the typical results, but then there's a button that appears. You can hit the button that says questions. And so then it will show you or filter out, but it has hundreds and hundreds of questions that people are asking around that topic, and you can dial it in and fine tune it. And the goal is to find the questions that are really the most specific. And I typically recommend sticking within a search volume of 10 to 100.
Okay.
Just find phrases that are in that range, because then when you post it, you'll be able to rank on day one. I'll give you another example because I've got lots of ideas in my mind. So Katie Gutierrez, she's in Miami. She's an interior designer. One of her branches would be living room design. And we could just probably pull up the camera and film a couple great videos of her sharing advice and tips on living room design. But when we did the keyword research, we came up with a list of 20 really quickly, such as how to design a living room with a corner fireplace, or how to design a living room with a high ceiling, or how to design a kitchen living room combo. There were 20 of these. And when you go that specific, again, these are phrases that were really long and only had search volume between 10 and 100 each month. We call those the leaf topics. When we create leaf after leaf after leaf after leaf on YouTube, eventually we dominate the whole tree for living room design, right? So we never even have to make a generic or broad topic video about living room design. We'll just eventually dominate.
Ah, I love it. Everybody's zigging and we're zagging.
I love this.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's step one. Let's get into step 2, 3, and 4 with the time we have left.
Yeah, totally. And step one is the one that usually needs the most time and attention because,
Agreed.
and it's the step that we want to skip over, right?
It's
like,
not sexy.
I just want to pull out my camera and start filming.
Yeah, it's not sexy. It's not fun.
I highly recommend it. It'll make the world a difference. Ingredients 2, 3, and 4, and then I'll tell you kind of the result that you can expect when we have the 4 ingredients. Ingredient number 2 is you want your videos to be between 10 and 12 minutes in length. Okay, that's your average. So if you have a 7-minute video, you have a 15 or even a 20-minute video, that's fine. But the target to shoot for is 10 to 12 minutes. From the podcast world, some people think, well, that's short, but most responses I get is, that's a long episode. What am I going to talk about for 10 minutes? Well, when you have expertise and people are asking you a really specific question, it actually isn't as hard as you may think. And there's some tips and things that I can share. Maybe I'll share one, but I'll give you ingredient number 3 first because it ties into both. Sure. Ingredient number 3 is you want your retention rate or your average view duration to be at least 45%. So 45% or higher. That just means that your content is good and it's keeping people around. So if I would have jumped right into the content and said, all right, well, how you get rid of strep throat without antibiotics is you need fresh garlic, you need cayenne pepper, and you need raw honey. You mix it together and you take it, and that will really wipe out your strep throat. Okay, so what was that, 20 seconds? I don't know. People got their answer and they're like, okay, what else? I don't need to watch the rest of this video.
Right.
Okay, here's the right way, or a better way, okay? All right, so first we're going to talk about why not antibiotics. There's some good reasons for that. We're going to dive into that. Then we're going to dive into the 3 different ingredients. I'll cover each one. They're probably ingredients you have right now in your kitchen. And I'll share with you what the ingredient is and why it works as an antiviral and antibacterial. I'll then demonstrate for you in my kitchen how you make it. We'll talk about the dosage. And then I've got a really amazing story about how I helped my son. He had a fever, he had strep throat, and what this remedy did for him. So let's dive right in. So I set a whole bunch of content hooks there that let you know, okay, here's what we're going to talk about for the first minute. A few minutes in, this is going to be a 10-minute discussion, and now I really want to be here for the full 10 minutes. So, I mean, one, that's a great way of making sure you've got a longer video like that, but also keeping people, retaining people's attention and making them want to stick around for the end.
That's fantastic. That's so easy.
Yeah. It just takes a little bit of practice.
That's it. I mean, listen, I've been doing this now for 13 years, got heavily into video about 5 years ago. So, it does, like you said, it does come with a lot of practice. I remember my first few YouTube videos. If you went right now, I'd probably cringe if I had to watch them over again.
That's how all YouTubers are.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. But Nate's giving us a great, fantastic way to structure the video, giving us the time frame. And 10 to 12 minutes sounds about right, because like the first thing I do when I look at a video is, all right, how long is this puppy? Do I have to watch this in 1.5x speed or can I watch this in like regular speed? Because I want to get the information as soon as possible. But I love how you drew them in, and I loved how like you had these little mini cliffhangers, to keep their attention, right? And I think that's very, very important for us. There's a fine line between rambling or repeating yourself over and over again, so be careful with that stuff. But when it comes to laying it out the way Nate just laid it out, it's beautiful, honestly. So let's recap real quick. So research is key. When you create and take the time to do the research, you're going to get topics out the wazoo. And so for anybody that says, well, I don't know what to create a video on, he uses SEMrush. I use a software called FreshKey. I learned that from digitalmarketer.com. Answerthepublic.com is another great resource where you can find questions that are being asked on the internet. But so finding out what questions are being asked and then creating videos around that, that's number one. Number two is 10 to 12 minute length, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Number three is creating the framework for the video.
Yes, the goal is to get 45% or higher average
Right.
iteration.
Right. And then, so vieweration is how long are they watching the video for, correct?
Yeah, if you have a 10-minute video and people are leaving after 1 minute,
Yeah.
yeah, you know you've got
And
go back to
YouTube
the
is
drawing
good
board.
with this because YouTube will show you exactly where people are dropping off.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
my suggestion is to pay attention to what you said there,
Hmm.
because that could be the reason why everyone just took a hike. Yeah.
Yeah, number 4. Okay, so you might want to be seated for this one.
Okay.
You need to post 5 episodes per week.
Whoa.
Now, you can get great results by posting 1 episode per week. And when I say great results, you're going to show up in search. You're going to get gradual, steady growth. You're going to build momentum over time. My biggest channel that I've been producing now for 5 years, we actually did a weekly video for the first 2.5 years, and then we increased it. When you increase it to 5 episodes per week, and you have the other 3 ingredients, you will experience a spike starting right at the 4-month mark. There's just something magical about that 4-month mark, and I say magical, but it's in the algorithm.
Sure.
That you're going along steadily. In fact, the first 4 months look kind of dull and boring because you post a video, it's like, well, it only got 50 views this month.
Yeah.
You get to that 4-month mark, and then YouTube really just starts to promote you, and you start to get a lot of suggested traffic. That's when your videos appear alongside other people's videos as a recommendation.
Right.
And we're talking, you might be going along and averaging 500 views a month, channel wide, a day. I mean, 500 views a day, or whatever number that is. But all of a sudden now, you just jumped up and you're getting 10,000 views a day. It's like, whoa! And so you get a surge of views, you get a surge of subscribers. A spike lasts for several days, and it calms down. But you're at a much higher baseline. If you're averaging, say, 500 views a day, now you're averaging 2,000 views a day. You're like, man, that was a significant jump in my channel. And you keep going, and a few weeks later, you have another huge spike, right? So the 4th ingredient, it's a lot, and I love efficiency. And so when I film 20 episodes at a time so that this becomes realistic. That means I'm only filming once every 4 weeks, and allows me to post that frequent of content. But those are the 4 ingredients. And every time we've had those 4 ingredients, you always experience a spike like that right at the 4-month mark.
So right away, I could hear some people cringing. Like you said, you better be sitting down like, oh my God, this is a lot of work. I can't believe I have to do all of this. My question to you is, do you want it or not?
Yeah.
Do you want it? Do you want to get the leverage? Do you want to get the results that you want? You got to put in the work. So stop complaining and start doing. I used to batch my videos when I was renting the studio during the summer, and we would do 5-6 episodes right then and there, and it would take us about an hour and a half to bang them all out. But listen, then I went home, I gave them to my video editor, and he cranked them out for the month. So we do 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But now you got me excited because now I'm like, I have plenty of content, to put out there. And here's just something I want to let you guys know. You do not have to be a massive production studio to put out content.
Amen.
We are so lucky that the tides have turned and the world has changed recently, and they want our audience. I don't know about yours, but our audience wants the truth. They want full transparency, and they want full authenticity. So I did a little study last year. I did tons of produced video and tons of very raw and just very non-produced videos. Guess what worked better? Guess what got stronger viewership? The ones that weren't as polished and produced. So that told me, okay, focus on that. So what I started to do over the past, I would say about 4 months, and I can see what videos are doing, performing way better, is when I do strategy calls with my clients and I have discovery sessions. If you're a brand accelerator client, you know what I'm talking about. I take little snippets of that work session with my client and I chop it up into tiny little snippets, into maybe 5, 6, 7 minute, right? And I put that on my YouTube channel. And now the people watching can actually see me working with my client, and I have it so tight where like you actually have an idea of what problem we're solving in that video, right? And people get to see now, they're like a voyeur. They're watching us work together. I can't tell you how many comments and much feedback I got from those videos alone. Keep making these videos, Henry. I get so much value out of these. And all it is just me putting a little intro and outro to them, right? And just giving them a little preface in the description so they know, okay, this is a behind the scenes video. This is what they're talking about, and this is what they're trying to accomplish. And when I do that, every single time those videos outperform. So you don't need a set. You just need some decent lighting, decent mic, and a great topic, and just go.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, because we can really get caught up in the production quality. But in your pocket right now, you've got a phone with an amazing camera on it. And what people really want is conversation. They don't want you to be up on stage and, today we're going to, they want just a conversation. They want to go behind the scenes. If you're walking and the camera is shaky a bit, but you're in your home and they get to see, ooh, this is where this person lives, and they get to see what you're talking about. It's a much better way to connect. People really want to connect with you. And just to kind of cap this discussion off, why is all this worth it? 5 episodes a week, that's a lot. 7 figures revenue is potential with this. I had my biggest channel we've been working at for 5 years. In November, I don't know the December numbers. I know that they're good, but I just don't know the number. November, we brought in over 7 figures just in that 1 month, just from YouTube leads. So our channel brings in all these people asking questions, and they go to the website, they want to purchase products, they want to come to his events, and they join his programs, and it was 7 figures in just 1 month. This YouTube is a really amazing platform for building a huge following of people who love you, who really trust you because they built that relationship, and who want to buy from you.
Yeah, and the world is moving more and more towards video. 2019 was a huge shift into video. 2020, I feel like if you're not on video, you're non-existent. But that's just my perspective and opinion. I think, if you want to sharpen a skill set in 2020, I would highly recommend you do video and really start to get serious about YouTube, because people are watching YouTube. Like, you got to see our family. We have a 2-year-old and my wife. We're all on our couch and on our bed. We all got our iPads. We don't even watch TV anymore. YouTube is quite the platform, and if you're not spending your time there and learning more about it, you're missing out tremendously. So, Nate, thank you so much this is sort of a rapid fire. I usually have more time to record these, but today I'm just back to back to back to back. But for those folks that want to learn more about you, Nate, where can we send them?
Yeah, I've got a keyword research mini course that I can just share with this group. If you go to my website, betheherostudios.com/keyword. And that will give you access to that course. It's free, but it will go into a little bit more depth on how you find those questions that people are searching for that will get you this type of result on YouTube.
I love it. Nate, thank you so much for coming on today, sharing your expertise, sharing your experience. Love it, love it, love it.
Absolutely.
There you go, guys. So a crash course in YouTube marketing, how to grow a massive audience. Let me tell you something. If you follow these 4 steps, I can promise you are going to see a tremendous spike in your viewership and just overall engagement with your brand. So highly recommend you take Nate up on his advice and start today. So have an amazing, amazing rest of the day, guys. I will catch you on the next episode real soon. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with folks that you think could get some crazy value out of it. Have an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.